Hey, I am live while I'm also recording a video from my computer. If you are jumping in, welcome. If you're watching a playback, welcome. Um, Trying to wait until I get a few subscribers jumping in while I record this video. This video is about how to have a life of no regrets. And I'm just getting my computer going. I'm at the spa. Decided to come back late tonight just to make a video. I'm actually gonna get myself a little mini facial while I do it and then post a video. So, looking for a few things. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Say hey, come in, don't worry. I'm just getting a few things together to give myself a little quick mini facial. It's a late in the evening, but I just wanted to take a little self-care moment. How you doing? This video is how to have a life of no regrets, and I'm gonna get into it as I'm giving myself a little mini facial. How are you doing tonight? It's a late one. It's a last minute video I decided to drop, and I'm gonna move to a better lit area. Just getting some products out and putting it on my little palette. I use Nu Skin products. I also use some Mary Kay. I'm getting back into Mary Kay. I was using that pretty consistently. But today's video is how to have a life of no regrets. And I'm going to tell you how I changed my whole life, where I came from, where I'm at now, and how I did that. Just trying to pull out a few products and give myself some loving before it is too late in the evening. Hey, how you doing? Come on in, welcome in. I'm trying to wait till I get a few more subscribers before I get to talking a lot. I'm just getting my palette together because I'm giving myself a little mini facial. Came back to the spa just to have a little evening to myself before I have a whole bunch of clients come in tomorrow, and just kind of set the tone for the rest of the week for myself. But this is a video on how to have no regrets about life in general, how to have your mindset and a growth mindset, attracting what you really want for yourself, attracting what you really need for yourself, and having no guilt or shame, no reason to hide that from your own being. So come on in. I know some people are coming in and coming out. If you don't mind, if you're here, hit the like button while you're here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Woo! Get some energy in my hands so I can give some self-care to myself. Push my little chair into the room. How you doing? Don't mind me. Welcome. I'm just setting it up for myself. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? I just got all these products on my palette here. Let me get some towels. Got my brushes, got my gouaches, got my vitamin C. Got my facial cup. So if you're joining me, I'm giving myself a facial. Welcome. Hey, how you doing, honey? And just give myself some self-care and talk to you about how to have a life of no regrets. That's just all this video is about. Super simple. I went home, changed out of my clothes, and got relaxed. And then I said, you know what? I feel like treating myself right now. Treating myself to a good deep cleansing. Just another second. Hey, how y'all doing? How to have a life with no regrets, okay? We're going to get into it. And here's why I'm even doing this video. I was on TikTok today, and I was talking to a young lady about, she was working a job. This job is miserable to her. They're not paying enough for her bills. She's just unhappy. And so we got into a conversation through the chat there about how to call your energy back to you, how to call your desires and your manifestations back to you. Because oftentimes we put things out in the air. We're going to talk about how you do that. You put things into the atmosphere and you want it to come back to you and you want it to serve you. But if it's not happening in the way that you want it to, you're not seeing it in the way that you want to, you're not feeling it in the way that you want to, and then you have resentment in life, you have regrets in life because what you think you want to do or how you think it should be going is not going in the way that you want it to. And so, hey, how you doing? I don't know what color you should dye your hair, but you should, one, use natural dyes. Do not use any dyes that have chemicals in it that will seep into your follicles or your skin, because as you know, chemicals can alter how you see yourself. That's why you're dyeing your hair. You're altering how you see yourself. And that energy that you're putting on you, you do not want it to be chemically based because you want it to be healthy. So let's get into it. So I was talking to a young lady who was basically unhappy with her work-life balance. And I remember being in that place. I remember being in that place about 10 years ago. I left my corporate job in 2016, completely walked away from a stable income. I walked away from a stable work environment. And the reason why I walked away from it was because I wasn't feeling like I was being treated fairly. I wasn't being treated kindly. I had a coworker that, because of, if it was a sales team, a sales environment, you know, whoever made the most sales actually won the race. And that's how you were valued, by your productivity. And I was bringing in value, but because of a good old boy system, I was an insurance agent. Because of a good old boy system, I was seeing the pitfalls of having the dog eat dog race. And that dog eat dog race will completely destroy how you see yourself and how you operate. And so she was saying how she was in the same or similar position where She's working for a company that she didn't feel valued. She wasn't making the money that she wanted to make. She wasn't showing up as the family person she wanted to be. She wasn't being the wife or partner that she really wanted to be. She wasn't being the mother that she really wanted to be. She wasn't even being a friend to herself in the way that she wanted to be. And so she was airing, her grievances out as far as, what she started to do for herself. And it wasn't until she left her job that she realized that she wasn't pouring into herself the way that she should. And so I wanted to do a video because I remember being in that place and being a woman of a certain age. There are certain things that I can now share with you because of life experiences. I can share it with you because of, I understand how to navigate that mindset of how are you in a fixed mindset and how you transition to a growth mindset. It's very important for you to be able to manifest the things you want in your life by being in a growth mindset. And if you're in a place where you always feel static, you always feel like, your intelligence is being undermined, or your skills are not being valued in the way that they are, or your efforts and your energy aren't being reciprocated to where what you're giving is what you're also giving yourself, it makes for a negative space to stay in, and it makes for a negative environment to be in. And honestly, if you want to be real frank about it, you did it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Nobody's doing it to you. You're doing it to yourself because it's what you allow. And what you allow is what you're saying you're in agreement with. And so if you're not in agreement with that, then you got to change it. And how do you change it? Another comment said on a video way before, a lot of people will have all these manifestation tools that they're saying, do this and do that, but it don't work. And here's why it doesn't work. I'm going to get started. Here's why your manifestations aren't working. Here's why you're not living the life that you ultimately desire. This is why you're not around the people who are also pouring into you. This is why, okay? The reason why you have it is, one, because of how you speak. How you speak over circumstances, how you speak over yourself, how you speak over, environments. If you're not coming from a place of joy, if you're not doing it from a place of love, if you're not doing it with excitement and anticipation, then you're not going to get back that particular energy. So if you're doing it from a place of obligation, if you're doing it from a place of lack, if you're doing it from a place of misunderstanding or no understanding, that's the exact energy that you're going to get back. And that's the most unfair treatment you can give to yourself, to extend and extend and extend and extend and not see the reciprocation in it, to not see the return in it. Now, I can understand where you just do things because you feel like that's just what you're supposed to be doing. But there comes a certain day and there comes a certain point that if you're not doing everything with joy, if you're not doing everything with love, how you speak over yourself, who you put yourself in alignment with, the places that you walk into, they're not going to bring value to you. That means they're not going to raise your frequency. It's not going to raise your energy. It's not going to put you in a place of learning. It's not going to put you in a place of growth. It's not going to put you in a place of even good expectations. I don't want to say good in the sense of just good and bad, but you're always going to expect either the worst or just you're going to get what you get. And that's the worst way to walk through life. I'm just going to get what I can get. Who wants the bare minimum of anything? Who wants just the basics? That mundane, mediocre life is such an old paradigm. Such an old paradigm. We have grandparents and parents who are just like, I'm going to get what I can get. And I'm going to be happy with what I get. And not have the expectation of, I'm going to give my best and I should always get my best back. Oh. Ooh. One of my favorite things to do is give myself a facial. Ever since I was a kid, that was like one of my favorite things. Having a clean face, clean teeth, clean hair. That's the most precious thing. If you're not having joy even in washing your face and putting on clothes, if you're not having fun and adorning yourself, what are you doing? If you're not having fun and you're not having excitement about everything you do, why are you doing it? Let's talk about energy signatures and how you speak. Every word has a tone. You make a sound. And that sound proceeds not only out of your mouth, but it has a vibration that comes out of your chest. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you realize that everything you say and everything you do has an energy signature to it, and that energy signature does not bring excitement to you, it's not raising your vibration. If everything you do, let me say it different. If you're doing everything with excitement and joy, it's going to bring that to you, even if it doesn't turn out the way you think it should. Do you get that? Everything you say about yourself, if it's not from a place of love, compassion, grace, joy, you get the opposite of that. So you get disappointment, you get frustration. And again, you have a resentment. And who wants a life of resentment and regret? Whether it's your friends, your family, you only want to be around when you are valuable. Why would you want to be around your family? Why would you want to be in a workspace? Why would you want to be in any environment where you're not feeling whole and complete in yourself? Not from what somebody does for you, not from what any bonuses or rewards that they try to give you like a carrot, hanging it in your face. Like, oh, come on, come on, come on. Keep trying. Keep chasing it. Keep trying to figure out if it's going to work for you or not. Why would you want that? Why would you want it at all? Why would you want a life that doesn't serve you every single day? Why do you think you're here? To be a blessing and to receive great and wonderful, beautiful blessings. If not, you're going to receive everything that takes away from you. It's going to detract from you. It's not going to add to you. It's going to take away from you. You're going to be distracted. You're going to be bothered. So how you speak over yourself, how you start every single day, it matters. It matters. It matters in the way that you say, I'm going to try. Trying has a low vibrational frequency. I'm going to do, that has a powered on, powered up frequency. So if you're going to do it with power. Do it with magnetism. Do it with the energy you want to come back to you. And I know I keep saying the same thing, but that's the only way to say it. If you're not coming from a place where it's love, what are you doing? I hate my job. Well, if you hate your job, everything you see every day, you're going to hate. If you hate your relationship, everything you see every day is going to be toxic and hateful. And who wants that? This is Nu Skin Products. If you haven't heard of Nu Skin, it's a product that I bought a couple of years ago offline. And then I started getting into their facial systems. And I like it. I like it a lot. This cream is so thick. You see it? So thick. So I just washed my face with, I should get all the products out. It's so sticky. It's thick though. You have to be meaningful to yourself to pour onto someone else. If it's not meaningful, what are you doing? If you're not having a meaningful life, what are you doing to yourself? And you pass that on to your kids. They, these old folks, I don't want to say old, but old folks. Is that the kids don't work like we used to work. Yeah, because you guys liked a life that you complained about every single day. Oh, them managers, oh, them supervisors, oh, this and that. Why do you keep subjecting yourself to people who don't respect you? People who don't value you? Why would you keep subjecting yourself to that? You keep subjecting yourself to people who are getting ahead on your dime and time. And what good does that do for anybody? I used to be in a network marketing company after I had left my corporate job. I'll keep saying it like that, but I'm not going to name the company. When I used to sell insurance, I had went into network marketing, and I wanted to be under this coach who was powerful, like dynamic. But there's a few reasons why I couldn't quite commit to her program. I don't want to get too deep into it. but it was the way she talked to herself. And I knew if I ever started talking to myself that way, I would not only be a danger to myself, but I'd be a danger to others, and not in a positive way. And I knew then I was leaving a corporate job where I was around people who were negative every single day. They was negative about their marriages. They was negative about their children. They was negative about even the work that they was doing. And I found myself mimicking their conversation. Like, yeah, I get it. And everything that I would experience after I left that job would keep showing me all the things that I was in agreement with. How you speak over yourself matters. If you don't want a life of resentment and regrets, how you speak over yourself, when you get that first thing first, how you talk about yourself, how you talk about your day, how you talk about the most simplest moments that you are doing, anything. If it's not with intention, you are opening yourself to just whatever happens. And whatever has a very low vibration, because guess what? You open yourself to energies, people, and spirits that mean no good and no value to you. And when you open yourself up to people, energy, and spirits that mean you no good, everything that's on them comes with them. So if they come to you with baggage, they come to you with these woe is me stories, they come with you with these Debbie Downer duos, they come to you, they want you to stay in that frequency because misery loves company. And so you begin to talk to yourself like these other people are talking to themselves, and it's called programming. Why? Because you didn't put up enough boundaries. You're not putting up enough boundaries to protect yourself. And if you're not protecting yourself, you're harming yourself because you're opening yourself up to oppression, which turns into depression. Oppression means an outsider, an outside force has influenced you to a state of where you are giving up your goals. Let me stand it a little bit. You are subjecting yourself to distractions. And what is that? That means you have set yourself further and further away from the goal line. Further and further away from the basket. And you allow other forces to come in and influence you to not make it to where your future and higher self needs you to go. And the further and further away you get from your highest and greatest good, which is your higher self, which is the self most closest to God, you're going to resent every single thing. You will not see the levels and the new heights you're really supposed to go. Because you allowed it. Nobody does it to you but you. That's the other part. Accountability. If you're not taking accountability for your actions, if you're not taking accountability, your plan will never work. Because it will always be outside of yourself. Your realm of control. You will always be at the whims and the breezes of someone else's state of mind. And if it's not you, then who is it? Why are you doing what you do? Why are you seeing what you see if you're not happy about it? Telling y'all, one of the most loving things you can do for yourself is wash your face. And I'm not talking about in the shower, because washing your face in the shower, okay, that's just you doing it quickly. But when you're taking time to clean your eyes, to wipe around every opening of your body, that sees, that speaks, that hears. Anything can get in there. Anything, honey. And I'm telling you, self-love, self-care, If you ain't loving you right, shit, nobody can. Because you will not set the tone for who comes around you, who speaks on you and over you, who speaks for you. You can't speak for me if you can't speak well about yourself. I'm very, very intentional about that part. I'm gonna have it. This is the toner I'm putting on my face now. You are valuable, and your day-to-day life should be valuable. My alarm clock, I don't think I can play it on here, but my alarm clock, I start out the day, I don't start the day with or I'm not gonna get scared up out of my sleep to come to this world. I'm not gonna get scared, jolted out of my sleep to come to this world and then trying to be in a state of being that's jolted and that's scary and that's overwhelmed and that's tired and frustrated. I wake myself up with words of encouragement. I call all my energy back to me. I live in a frequency that I want to see. And everything that I want to be, I see frequently. Okay? Everything I want to see, I see it frequently. So when I do anything, I do it from a place of understanding. I do it from a place of compassion. I start with me first. When I go in there and brush my teeth, I brush my teeth saying, when people see me smile, it's a welcoming smile. When I do my hands, I get my hands together before I walk into the spa. I go for a walk. If you catch me walking, I'm walking because I'm setting the tone for my day. Because when people come in contact with me and I lay my hands on them as a massage therapist, or I give my words to them as just a coach or a friend or whatever it may be, I have to speak over myself well. Because I don't want to transition any dangerous energy over to anybody else and they have pain because of what I've said. No, not doing it. Not doing it at all. And no one can do that to me. And I'm telling you, if you want to have a life where everything you say is real, it starts with how are you starting your day? When you get up, what type of routines and rituals have you set for yourself? Mm-hmm. If you're going to have coffee, you stir your coffee up with good intentions. You pour your affirmations into your coffee and you stir up your coffee. You make it rise for you. You do not allow yourself to walk through this life being a negative being for anybody. Because guess what? You'll never get out of a stagnant place always serving others without good intentions. That's important. Your energy signatures matter. What you attach yourself to matters. What you allow to attach to you matters. And you got to get good about knowing your energy and knowing how is it separate from another's. I don't talk like that. I don't accept that. I got to the point now, I'm so invested in my own well-being. I got to the point now I can read stuff on the phone, on the computer, in a newspaper. And if I read it and it does not resonate with my frequency, I have read it so quickly because I'm a fast reader. I'm an 80s baby, 90s kid, and reading was our thing. Listen, I can read it in advance before I even say it in my heart. So if what I read is not a reflection of my heart, I don't even attach myself to it. I can't even process it in the way that I'm sure whatever speller wanted me to process it, it doesn't hit me like that. Because I've learned to be in control of my environment by being in control of my whole vessel. And the only way to do that is to take control of your life and to speak well of yourself and have high signature energies when you use words. If you are around someone who's always negative, 9 times out of 10, even if you don't have negative speech, there's negativity in your heart that accepts that. Because if your heart did not accept that negative speech, you can't sit in the environment. You can't sit around anybody who doesn't speak well of themselves or where they're at or what they're doing. Oh, well, I know this relationship isn't good for me, but I'm going to stay in it because I'm comfortable. Who else is going to love me? You? You, honey. If you ain't loving you, ain't nobody else going to love you. What do you want? Well, I know we argue all the time. I know we fight all the time. You like that? You like that? One thing, I can't even say it pisses me off. It don't piss me off because it's not my life. But one thing I recognize is when people talk about relationships negatively. Well, there's no good man. There's no good women. Well, are you a good man? Are you a good woman? Because the energy you see is the frequency you always be. Is that what you want? I usually know my products by their smell. Is that what you want? The energy that you see is the frequency that you always be. You want toxic? You keep getting toxic. You want to know how you keep getting toxic? You keep staying in toxic environments saying, come on, send me more. Send me more. Send me more frustration. Send me more anger. Send me more resentment. Send me more attitude. Send me more lack. You want to stay in a job that ain't paying you right? They ain't treating you right with respect? They're not talking to you right and valuing your time? Send me more. Send me more. I'm going to stay here another year. Send me more. Send me more complaints. Send me more people who are unappreciative. Send me more people who always got these stupid jokes. And I always, I laugh at them because I don't want to be embarrassed, but I'm embarrassed. Keep sending me more. No. Get yourself out of there. And how do you get yourself out of there? You start by addressing your mindset and then starting to create a plan. When you create a plan, you have to reverse engineer that plan. That means you see the end first and then you work your way back and you make it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Because if you keep seeing yourself at the end, it's going to be too big to chew. It's too big to process. It's too big to comprehend. I want to be a millionaire, but you doing $1 a day work. You settling for hour pay and you want to be a millionaire. So that means you're going to wait till somebody keeps giving you what you think you need and deserve till you get to $1 million. And they may not value you for $1 million. I don't want to even say it just about the money. Talk about, you want to talk about it for real? We can talk about it in relationships. We can talk about it for real. We can talk about it how you live. That's just like they say, when you're getting ready to do your spring cleaning, you spring clean because you don't want the newness to have old dust on it. Well, that's life in itself. You're going to always have to spring into cleaning. You have to clean out your thought patterns. You got to clean out your speech habits. You got to clean out your daily routines. You got to clean out your relationships. You got to clean out everything. And when you clean it out, you get to see and take assessment of what you really, really have and what you really, really want. Because then you'll be like, nope. I can't use that. That's trash. I can't use that anymore. That's empty. I can't use this anymore. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't correlate to the end goal. I can't see it being used down here. So I got to get rid of it. So after you take assessment where you're at, do you have a growth mindset or do you have a fixed mindset? If you don't know what a growth mindset is, that's where you're able to look at your skills, your intelligence, your value, your time, and you can assess it not in good or bad terms, but you assess it in the terms of, is it going to bring me growth? Is it going to help me level up? Is it going to help me see life in a way where I'm quick, where I see life in a way that I have more of a open-minded perspective? Is it going to bring me new opportunities, or am I going to keep rehashing the old stagnant thing? A fixed mindset, that means you're going to do day in and day out routines that serve no purpose. And you're going to be okay with it because you don't think it can change. As a man thinketh, so is he. You think negative, you get negative. You think dry, you get dry. What do you want? What do you want? And what do you want to transfer? Be very mindful about that. Somebody is watching you, whether you believe it or not. You got kids or nieces and nephews, they watching. They watching. Because then you show them the generational blessings or the generational curses that keep cycling on through, cycling on through, cycling on through, cycling on through. You want to break a curse off your family? You're going to have to stop right now and address yourself absolutely where you are in your right now. Not your yesterday. Well, if this wouldn't have happened to me. With so-and-so, I was talking to my sister today and I had to catch myself. I said, I was sitting at a football game last year of my son's, and I saw a teacher of mine that I had in the 5th grade. And I liked this lady. I liked her. And then I was in the store and I saw a lady that I had in the 4th grade. And y'all, I'm in my 40s. And I told my sister, I said, ooh, this lady, sometimes when I see her, she just makes me want to just vomit, like really bad. Like really bad. And it was because of how she treated us when we were in school as children. And as a 40-year-old woman today, this lady still get on my nerve bad, bother me. Yeah, I said it. And I said, part of me wants to just cuss her out. But the other part of me says I need to ask for forgiveness. And the reason why I want to ask for forgiveness is because it's time for me to let it go. I can't every time I see her, I just got to, I don't know her. I don't know that lady. I don't know her. But I know what energy she left on children as an educator. And it wasn't an energy of value. It wasn't an energy of I can see myself becoming something. It's the same energy from that she left when we were kids. Sick, disturbed, bothered. And when I see her to this day, I still feel that energy as I was as a kid. And I said this tonight. I said, I have to ask for forgiveness. Maybe I need to ask for forgiveness and not cuss her out. Not cuss this old lady out. Like I said, I'm in my 40s now. And the reason why because I got to forgive myself for walking around with energy that I never should have had. I got to forgive myself for walking around with energy that I never should have kept on me. Okay? And that's how you have a life of no regrets. You let go of the energy that no longer serves you. You let go of the idea of people that did not bring value. Yes, they were supposed to do a certain job. Yes, they were obligated to provide a certain level of education, a certain level of mentorship, a certain level of what you would want children to become. Excellent. But if you have anybody that comes around you and they have an energy of resentment, it's because they allowed it, which I allowed. But I had to take control. I have to take power back. I have to reclaim it. I have to release trauma. I have to reclaim my power. And you reclaim your power by forgiving yourself for the things you didn't have control of, but the things that you choose to hold on to. I said it. You forgive yourself for the energy that you still walk around with that does not serve a purpose. And the only way that it can serve a purpose for you is if you take that negative thinking and turn it into a positive vibration. So I don't like that lady, and I'm not going to hold my words about it, but I forgive myself for using the same energy she projected onto me to live a life that I had to see the frequency of that. And now I have the growth to know that I can use my intelligence and my purpose to elevate everything that she did. And what I did choose to do, I still work with children, even though I own my own spa. I still work with children that are unruly, have behavior issues, that have struggles and trauma, and they act out on people that had nothing to do with their trauma. And guess what I do? I pour into them. You're valuable. I pour into them. You can be a strategic thinker. You don't have to allow the whims of life to blow you around. I pour into children because I remember being a kid and someone not pouring into me the way that I needed to be poured into. And I think that's a disservice to children. I think it's a disservice to people. And so that's something I made a point to do. If I'm around people, I'm only going to come with love and compassion and a good heart. And if I can't, I get away from them real fast. I remove myself because you will not take over my mindset and make me think like you. I'm cupping now. So this is for the lymphatic system in your face. I know I look oily, but that's how this is gliding. So I'm taking the puffiness out of my face, that toxic water, any sweat that stays in my connective tissues. I'm moving it to my lymph nodes, and my body is going to flush it out. What's probably the best and the worst thing about having a spa? You can easily come and do stuff for yourself, but I like being pampered too. And yes, I'm looking in this camera. So, if you see the suction of this, it's a strong suction too. I don't want to leave red marks on my face. But you see these lines in my forehead? I don't have worry. I'm getting them out of there. Well, I'm glad you don't think so, but let me tell you how it does. As a massage therapist, as a holistic healer, as a person who has had several hours of anatomy and physiology, everyone has a lymphatic system. You have many organs in your body that have water around them. And if you don't know how to flush stagnant water out of your body, you swell up and you have puffiness. And so it does work. Now, if you say, I don't do it, that's something you say. I don't do that because I don't believe it works for me. But for myself and what I do it because I know it works. No shade, respectfully. Now, am I asking myself? I don't know what that means. Well, I'm swollen obviously from my food. I try to eat organic as much as possible. However, you know they put chemicals in everything. So unless you're growing it yourself, which I don't grow everything I eat, unfortunately. Yes, my food has toxins in it. But I would imagine we all have toxins in our body at this particular point. If you walk outside, you got toxins in your body. If you drink the water from a water bottle or your faucet, you got toxins in your body. If you live in America, you got toxins in your body. This particular one, this one is called Zone 365. I know it's backwards. This is Zone 365. I got this one off of Amazon. And I got it off of Amazon some years ago. So, P, I don't know where you at. But look up your lymphatic system and look up lymphatic draining. And you'll understand how do you sweep excessive fluids out of your face. You can sweep excessive fluids out of your neck and your throat. And I'm not doing it to get skinny. Don't get it twisted. I'm doing this to, again, remove the toxins out of my body and give myself some self-care. And that's all I can ask myself for. So anyway, you have lymphatic nodes under your neck. You have some behind your ear. You have them under your arm. You have some glands that are mammary here. You have more glands. Your biggest node is here. You have some nodes in your groin area, and you can flush your whole body. If your lymphatic system isn't working, that means you're not urinating, you're not sweating, you're not breathing. because your lungs are also letting off detoxifying air from when you exhale. If you're not eradicating as much as possible any toxins in your body, you stay stagnant. And that's how you become diseased. Nobody wants disease. I didn't say disease, disease, without ease. So you want your body to work with ease. You want your body to work because you want it to be well. You want wellness. So I understand it doesn't work in your mind, but hell, there's placebos everywhere. It works wherever you think it's gonna work. It's just a late night education, I guess. It works if you say it works. It doesn't work if you say it doesn't work. What you say about yourself is true. So yes, you're right. Okay, that's what you believe for yourself. It's fine. This is a gua sha. Now, if you think this don't work, then this don't work either. Just getting the puffiness out, getting stagnant water out, getting stagnant energy out, and moving it down to my lymphs. Because I want my lymphs to work. My lymph nodes. God didn't create these bodies for us to not know how they work. These are not intricate systems for us to just let other people, scientists, mad scientists at that, put whatever they want in our food. And we don't at least attempt to get some of this destructiveness out. The other reason why I do it, let me not be a smart behind either. The other reason why I do it is because I have a lot of scar tissue in my face. And many of us do have scar tissue all over our body. If you've had an injury or if you've had some type of disruption to your system, if you've taken any type of medication, yes, you have a disruption to your system. So I do this to get the scar tissue out, to make it smoother, to send new blood cells there to work, to have better circulation in the fluids, to promote healing. I don't know if you can tell the difference or not, but I'm only did one side. Can you tell? We scooping it up, scraping it out. Scooping it up, scraping it out. You can even drive it here. Scoop it up, drive it out. I'm just driving all the excess fluid to my lymph nodes. Can you see the differences? Can you see the differences? He says it doesn't work. She says it doesn't work. Can you see the differences? Can you see the differences? I also have this. I might say this don't work either. My battery needs to be charged. This one is a blue light. This gets warm, so heats you up. Let me turn my AC up. It's hot today, y'all. We've been having crazy weather in Kansas. So I'm just doing one side right now. Get up under my eyebrow. Helps with anti-aging, anti-wrinkles, so it helps to tighten the skin, tighten the face. Stimulates the muscle, sends new blood. It's like boosting your immune system for your face. I'm going to show you in a second. I'll go one more. The red is for skin tightening. Yes, red light therapy works. Blue light therapy works. If it didn't work, why do they put babies under lights when they're born? If they have yellowing for their liver, why would they do that if lights don't work? Why would massage be one of the oldest healing practices if it doesn't work? If you're going to do something, you got to do it with understanding and knowledge. If you're going to do something, you do it from a place of education and enlightenment. Don't do it just because you mindlessly do it or because you see it online. Please don't. Go and research why you should take care of yourself and how you should take care of yourself. And as we get better and better at it, as we get out of the paradigm of control by a fascist, you already know what I'm finna say. When we choose for ourselves, I'm not saying don't vote, I'm not saying don't believe in your country or anything like that, but I am saying you have to believe that you have some form of control of your own life for yourself. You gotta believe that. Because why would God give you your right mind for you to only give it away to someone else that has you walking around like an aimless sheep? Why would God give you such beautiful grace to have your own mind only for you to not think for yourself or for you to not go seek new knowledge? Why would God give you something so beautiful and so wonderful? Can you see the differences? Got to get the puffiness out. Yes, I have products on. Because again, I'm promoting healing in my face. Self-care is the best care. Self-care beats medical care any day. Ooh, that feels good. I got a knot, some tension right there. I've been holding some weight there. Woo. Can you see the differences? Now I can hear you. You're a good girl, Samantha. That's all right. I feel the differences. My face is tingling on one side and not the other. Let's do the other side. Taking this. Oops. Start here. Start with the cupping. I'm pushing the fluid to my lymph nodes. Starting here. See, that's the beauty about life. When you get to a point where people can't tell you about yourself, not in the sense of no criticism. You got to be able to accept some criticism. You got to be able to accept correction and discipline, for sure. But you don't let anybody change your frequency or your energy. Because if that was the case, I would have said, you know what, I'll stop. Because so-and-so said I was wasting my time. Do you know how many people told me I was wasting my time? Keep watching my channel. I need y'all to understand. Keep watching my channel. I do so much. I put myself out recently in a way that if you stay tuned, you'll see. But I put myself out there in a way that I used to didn't put myself out there because I was always worried about what somebody else had to say. I was always worried about what they would think and how it would feel and what their opinions were. And, well, if they're not doing it, maybe I don't need to do it either. And if I have something and someone else doesn't have it, I'm going to feel guilty. Heck no, not today, baby. Do you know how much work I'm willing to do for myself that I don't have to wait and rely on someone else to give me the green light? Back to that. I left that corporate job because guess what? I wanted to be somewhere where I felt valued. I wanted to be somewhere where I was contributing. I wanted to be somewhere where what I saw was a frequency I wanted to frequently see. And I had to get away from people with that stinking thinking. And that's what you gotta do. Get away from people with stinking thinking. People who don't go even seek knowledge for themselves. They always wait on somebody else to tell them what to do and how to do it. Always waiting. You want to wait for what? You want to claim what is yours. You want to be magnetized. And you want to attract the right things and the right people to you. Why else would you do anything? Why else would you do it? If you're not in a place where you're feeling valued, you're only around people who are naysayers, basement level thinking, fixed mindset, you're going to attract the same thing that they attract. That's why you never idolize anybody. You never want anyone else's life. You only want the life that you are willing to create. All right, I'm getting warm now. Now, the last thing that I always do when I close out my night, I'm going to take my little hair down. I like to put oil in my hair because when I sleep, I like to have dreams that I attract good energy even in my sleep. I only attract well-being even in my sleep, even in a dream state. My highest good comes to me. You know why? Because if I was to happen to fall asleep and never wake up, God is still good. I'm going to say that again. If I were to go to sleep and never wake up, God is still going to be good. My mind will be at rest. And my body will be adorned with oil. So when my family gets me, I'm all right. They're going to know, ooh, she smells anointed. From the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. Yeah, that's it. I tell you, you got to know how to speak over yourself. That's a powerful thing. You got to know how to adorn yourself with oils. You know how to keep your vessel clean. You know how to give yourself self-care. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're going to attract still that. Give myself a scalp massage. And as I'm stimulating my scalp, that means the blood flow is going to my brain. This is my night care routine. I'm just happening to be recording it, baby. I'm the auntie that has no filter 99.999% of the time. And I mean everything out of love. But sometimes come off a little crass sometimes. But I don't mean no harm. Please don't think I mean any harm. But you got to take care of yourself, baby. And you got to speak up about things that you really want to see for yourself. If it's not going in the direction you really want it to go, stop that. You got all power and control at any given moment. And if anybody said anything about you that ain't true and ain't right, you send it on back to them. I return to sender all negative energy and thoughts. I return to sender all sabotages. I return to sender anything not meant for my good. I return to sender all spiritual negative warfare and negative spells. I'll return it to sender and let it be 100,000 million times worse to them that they meant to me. Let them feel their own energy. Let them see it for themselves. Yep, I say that. Because I, again, will not have a life where I'm walking around in pain. I don't care what you did or what you said. And if I walk around with it, just like I said 5 minutes ago, I ask for forgiveness first to myself. I forgive myself. And then I forgive them. Because maybe they didn't know what they were doing. Maybe that wasn't their intention, but it just came out that way. Forgiveness is very big. You got to know how to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for wrong decisions. Forgive yourself for decisions you thought were right that didn't work out the way that you thought they were. Forgive yourself for staying in places that you weren't feeling valued. Forgive yourself for missing moments and opportunities because you were afraid and had fear. Forgive yourself because now you can acknowledge it. And now if it ever was to come back around, it knows you're worthy. You are worthy to have the best. You are worthy to experience the best. You are worthy. And don't tell me this don't work, because baby, I didn't root. These edges done came back, honey. So don't tell me massaging your face, massaging your skin, getting rid of excess fluids don't work. Don't tell me that, because I'm a firm believer that it does. I just pray that your self-love be the healing love that you need. And you see what you're supposed to see and you get what you're supposed to get. And if you're not getting anything, just take the meat and leave the bones. But try not to waste. So that's my little night care routine. I'm about to get ready to wrap it up. But you anoint yourself with oils. As you massage your skin and your face, you tell yourself how much you love yourself. You thank yourself. Give God thanks for your hands. You know how many people don't have hands, wish they did, missing fingers? Give God thanks for your feet. You know how many people don't have feet? You don't want to experience no feet to then say thank you for feet. Give thanks for what you have, even when you don't know what you have. Even when you don't understand how good it really is. Thank God for all my teeth. Thank God. Thank God for laughter. Thank God for family. Thank God for friendships. I'm so grateful. I know how to maintain friendships. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I know how to be a good friend. I'm so grateful. People know how to be a good friend to me. You start saying thank you for everything. Even stuff that you just think is so small and minor. I'm so thankful for this cup of coffee. I'm so thankful for my toothbrush. So thankful for my clothes. I'm so thankful. So thankful for my right mind. I'm so thankful When you writing a check, I'm so thankful for this pen. Money cometh to me. When you pay your bill, I'm so thankful for my lights. I'm so thankful for the energy when I flip this AC unit on. Ooh, the air feels so good. I'm so thankful. So thankful for the gas that flows through my house, that I can cook good foods. And my last thing that I do, some vitamin C. It brightens and it tones the skin. It hydrates. I'm so thankful. Try that tomorrow. No matter what it is, start saying thank you. I'm so thankful I get to see this. If it's your children, hug on them. I'm so thankful for this child. I'm so thankful. Even when they get on your nerves, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I get to experience this. I'm so grateful they bring so much value to my life. Even though you get on my nerves, you still bring value. Even though we may have some difficult moments, I still feel the value of motherhood. I still feel the value of being a steward over someone that's trusting me. I still feel honored. I still feel so good. Even on the hard days. Ooh, this bill is due, but I'm so grateful I can flip this light switch. Ooh, I'm so grateful for comfort. So grateful. That's how you have a life of no regrets. Gratitude. Love. And like I said, this is self-care. If you don't feel the self-care, go take care of yourself. Don't look outside of yourself. Now, this particular video, I'm going to leave up. Some of my lives, I just record them. And if you catch them, you catch them. If you don't, you don't. This one, I'm going to leave up. Because I really want someone to get that. The way you change your life and have no regrets is how you speak over yourself every single day. What energy are you speaking over your life and over your day? What energy are you speaking over your family, your children, your possessions? What energy are you speaking over it? And the only energy you should speak is love and gratitude. If you speak from a place of a lower vibration, on a lower frequency, you're going to see that throughout the rest of the day. You only surround yourself with people who have good intentions. You only surround yourself with people when you give from a place of joy. You give from a place of, I love giving this to you because this does me good. That's the only reason why you do it. If you do a job, you only do that job saying, I get paid what I am putting out, because my value is not determined by my time. It's determined by what I give. If I give solutions, that's pretty valuable. You got to be a solution-oriented thinker. And the only way you are a solution-oriented thinker is you have to have a growth mindset. I am doing these things because my intelligence will grow. I'm doing these things so that I can gain new skills. I'm doing this thing so that I have a purpose. I'm doing these things because it helps me to grow. I'm like a seed planted into the earth. I'm here to grow. I am not here to be stagnant, and I'm not here to be judged. I am here to expand and live a God-given, gracious, and wonderful life. How you speak over yourself matters. Tell yourself the truth. Be vulnerable, at least with yourself. At the minimum, with yourself. Be vulnerable which means have no fear and do not hide from yourself. Because that is what the biggest sin was in the Garden of Eden on a spiritual and physical level as to why they could not stay in the garden. They took away from themselves and they ate from the tree of good and evil. So then they had to begin to judge themselves. They saw themselves in a way that they didn't need to see themselves. It was off to the side. You was only supposed to eat from the tree of knowledge. That means I'm only eating and consuming from a thing that takes me to a higher awareness of self, not to a place where I have to judge myself. I have to be weighed out. I only come from a place where I'm getting new and higher knowledge, not judging myself based off of good and bad. You got power. You have God-given power. You have God-given rights. You're a spiritual being having an earthly experience, but you got to tap into your whole spiritual self to know that. And you're not going to find that listening to someone who only knows rhetoric. You only find that by getting in nature, by getting in tune with your whole being, by listening to the birds, the water, the earth, the air, and you embrace the whole element of you. Fear does not have any power because it does not reside. It is allowed. So where you allow fear to manifest, you get what fear gets: lack. You don't want lack, get out of fear. Your mind and your body are divinely connected. And you need to get divinely in tune, especially with everything going on in this world. They want you distracted. It's all on your tubes. They want you distracted. They don't want you to have any peace. Because when you have a calm mind, you have a discerning mind. And if you cannot discern, you do not know where you stop and someone else begins. It all bleeds together. And then you find yourself saying things about yourself, about where you live, and about what you have that is a reflection and is also connected to someone else. I'm about to go, y'all. If you didn't catch it, go watch this when it replays. Have a life with no regrets, because it's about to get good. And if you're not in tune, what Cat Williams used to say, if you're not in tune with your star player, you're going to be on the bench. Bye, baby.